No, hold on. This is 5 minutes funnier. Hi, I'm Jimmy England for 5 Minutes Funnier, the comedy how-to, and let's jump right into it. When I started doing comedy, I wrote jokes on pieces of paper, napkins, all over the place, on the computer and whatnot. Eventually, everything kind of ended up on the computer, but I didn't have really any organization. I would put together a set list of what the jokes were going to be for a particular venue. I would save it, concepts, jokes that were partially done, jokes that were completely done, things that were working, things that weren't working, and I accumulated over 200 pages of material, most of which was crap. I had to get organized. Now, to be clear, there are lots of ways you can organize your material: 3x5 cards, Excel spreadsheets, you name it. This is the way I organized myself and what I learned as a result. Hopefully, it'll turn out to be something that's useful to you. Now, what you want to do is organize your jokes into 3 categories. One will be your master list. These are the jokes that are working. The second will be in progress jokes, jokes that are close to being good, need a little bit more work. Maybe you want to expand them more. You can see that it's got someplace to go, but you haven't figured out where. The last category, the third, is basically your slurry, the stuff, the concepts, the partial words, whatever, things that haven't really gone anywhere. That file I back up onto an external drive for access later. No sense clogging my computer up with 100 plus pages of material. It just isn't quite there yet. Realistically, the place I'm going to go for new material is going to be the in-progress jokes, especially if I've got a lot of them. And I usually have about 20 pages of in-progress jokes at any given time. So I can go into there looking for inspiration, and sometimes where I had been stymied 6 months ago, bang, I come up with a bunch more stuff that works, figure out how to improve it, and it becomes something that can be moved over to the master list. Now, your life will be a lot easier if you're organizing your master file under topics. So if you come up with a joke about mother-in-laws, yeah, I know it's dated, but mother-in-laws, you can put it up into the mother-in-laws area. If you got jokes about Thanksgiving dinners, you can a whole different area. Put all the jokes related to that into that area. Now, when you're doing this and when you're sorting through your jokes, don't be worried about, well, I've got to put them into the order now. This one has to follow. Don't, because there's too much stuff that's going to come in that's going to affect what you're going to do. When you've gone through it all and you've got your master list and you've got your in progress, well, now we're going to go and we're going to concentrate on the master list. It's at this point that you're going to take those themes one at a time and organize the jokes within it, figuring out the right way they should work sequentially. I don't care how you do it, that's your own business. But you want to make it so that it's easy, that it flows for the audience, that they can follow your train of thought as you're going along. This is actually a fun time for me because when I am organizing all of these jokes, it's at this point that I have to write transitions, and I will suddenly see taglines I didn't see before just because of proximity to the next joke. And I realize, hey, here's something I can say here that relates to this and would take me down to the next joke. Now, the other great thing about putting all this stuff together in your master list is you can finally discover how much material you actually have. So you don't find yourself accepting a 20-minute mini headlining gig where you're closing out an open mic for somebody and then realizing at the last minute you've only got 10 minutes worth of material. When you have a master list, you'll be able to figure it out. For instance, I know that I do roughly 2.5 to 3 minutes of material per page. That means if I have to do 12 minutes, usually 4 pages will do it. I'll have maybe half a page, another topic in my back pocket just in case, but really, once I know, my life becomes a lot easier. It's very important that you know how long you can go, because you don't want to be on stage, get yourself a premium, even if it's just, as I say, those mini headliners for an open mic where you close out the show, you want to know that when you get up on that stage, that you are going to be the funniest person. You are the headliner after all. You are the closer. You're supposed to be the funniest one. As always, this week I'm going to remember, please subscribe and hit like if you enjoyed this podcast. And as per usual, stay funny, everybody.